gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah.
The 10x optical telephoto lens is finally back, and this time it's a big deal. We're talking a massive sensor upgrade, 50 megapixels, and surprisingly, Samsung wasn't the one bringing it back first. OPPO was. Today, we're checking out the OPPO Find X9 Ultra, and honestly, this camera setup looks insane.
Big thanks to my tech partner over in China for providing this footage. I really appreciate the support in making this video happen. Hey everyone, Stella here from TechieStreet. If you're into staying updated with the newest gadgets, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest tech content.
The phone has 5 cameras, including dual 200 megapixel sensors. You get both 3x and true 10x telephoto lenses, plus an upgraded true color sensor. On paper, this thing sounds like a monster. So today, we're putting OPPO against Vivo, Samsung, and Apple in a huge zoom camera battle to see who really takes the crown. And OPPO didn't stop there. They also made a gigantic 300mm external telephoto lens that's literally longer than the phone itself. We'll test that too and find out if it's actually useful or just a crazy gimmick. Later, I'll also talk about what this phone is like in real daily use, because at the end of the day, it still has to work as a smartphone. All right, let's get into it. First up, the telephoto comparison. Today's competitors are the OPPO Find X9 Ultra, iPhone 17 Pro, Samsung S26 Ultra, and Vivo X300 Pro. And yes, I know some of you are wondering why I'm not using the X300 Ultra. Simple reason, mine still hasn't arrived yet. If you want a full Ultra versus Ultra battle later, let me know in the comments. Let's start with the first photo test. I wanted to compare the 3x to 4x zoom range, so I adjusted the distance slightly to let every phone shoot at its best native zoom. Right away, OPPO and Vivo stood out. OPPO looked closest to real life while still keeping the image vibrant. Vivo pushed brighter colors and stronger reds. Both looked great, just with very different styles. Samsung did solid too, but Apple immediately felt weaker. Once we zoomed into the flower, the difference became obvious. The iPhone lacked detail. Vivo captured incredible sharpness, even tiny hairs on the flower, but the AI processing was pretty noticeable. OPPO felt the most balanced. Detailed, sharp, but still natural. Samsung landed in third, while Apple unfortunately came in last. Again. Now the real test, 10x zoom. Zooming into Gan's figure, OPPO instantly pulled ahead. This is exactly why a true 10x optical lens matters. I even hid a little challenge here. The clothes had thin stripe patterns, and only the OPPO reproduced them. Clearly, every other phone turned those lines into blur. Seriously impressive performance. Then we pushed to 30x zoom. At this point, the iPhone was basically out of the race. OPPO and Vivo still held up really well, but after checking the fine textures closely, OPPO looked the most accurate and refined. That 10x optical camera makes a huge difference. Then we tested 30x again using OPPO's external telephoto lens. And honestly, the image quality got crazy. The built-in camera was already excellent, but the external lens pushed things even further. Fine textures suddenly became much clearer, almost like using real camera gear. That said, this thing is huge. The lens is longer than the phone and definitely heavy. After using it for a few days, I can say the image quality is genuinely amazing, but it takes some getting used to. Thankfully, OPPO includes a tripod collar, which makes the setup feel almost like professional equipment. Personally, I think most people won't even need the external lens. The built-in setup already feels incredibly powerful thanks to the native 10x zoom and the 3x 200 megapixel telephoto camera. During the launch event, OPPO even compared the built-in 10x zoom against the external lens setup, and the results were surprisingly close. My advice, unless you constantly shoot concerts, wildlife, or birds, the built-in lenses are way more convenient. The biggest downside with the external lens is flexibility. Once attached, you're limited to long zoom ranges, and switching back to ultra-wide or the main camera becomes annoying. Besides the lens, OPPO also includes a custom case and decorative ring. One thing I didn't love is that the case still relies on Bluetooth. Honestly, USB-C would have been much more practical. So that wraps up this telephoto showdown. Let me know which phone you think won. Now let's talk about real-life photography. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun using all 5 cameras. After getting the phone, I went to Huashan for a live performance, and the photos looked dramatically better than what I saw with my own eyes. Even Wei Rushan gave it a thumbs up. I'd also photographed Shanghai. In person, the scene looked pretty ordinary, but the photos came out fantastic. Seriously handsome shots. And the crazy part? All of these were taken handheld without the external lens. The results were already excellent. That's what makes this phone so enjoyable to use. In daily life, these 5 cameras give you a complete focal length experience. From ultra-wide shots all the way to 30x zoom, every lens feels genuinely useful.
Even though I didn't spend that much time with the phone, almost every photo impressed me. And it's not just the telephoto performance. Those dual 200-megapixel cameras are seriously powerful too. In certain scenes, they capture noticeably more detail, and this time the processing feels way faster. No more annoying delays or waiting for photos to finish processing. That alone makes the experience much smoother and easier to recommend. Another thing that surprised me was the filters. The floral filter gives photos a soft cinematic look that feels almost like real film. Then there's the rich filter, which creates more of a negative film vibe. It looks especially amazing in rainy weather, but honestly works well almost any time. These 2 filters are basically instant safe pics. And there's more to play with because OPPO includes 15 different filters in total. If you jump into master mode, you can even fine-tune them yourself, which makes shooting photos way more fun. Speaking of cameras, there's another small detail I love, the orange shutter button. It instantly gives off that Hasselblad camera feeling, and it's not just cosmetic either. Using it as a quick shortcut to launch the camera is super convenient. Now let's talk AI, because I honestly think OPPO handles AI better than most brands. Features like Memory Pod were already useful before, letting you save screen content instantly with one button press. But now they've added something even smarter: expense tracking. For example, if you're shopping online or receive an invoice, you can just snap a photo, press the button, and the AI automatically records the expense for you. It's simple, fast, and genuinely useful. I really wanted this feature on the X9 Pro, so I'm glad the international version finally supports it. The AI translation feature is also surprisingly cool. You can point the camera at a foreign menu and instantly translate it. But here's the crazy part. Instead of only translating the text, the AI actually creates a visual menu for you. It generates images and descriptions of what the dishes might look and taste like. It almost feels like having a real online menu built in real time. Honestly, that's incredibly smart. On top of that, MyPilot has gotten much more advanced. Besides searching your memory pod, it now supports different AI models like Gemini and Perplexity. But the best part, you can run multiple AIs at the same time. That means you can ask several AI models simultaneously, which is super convenient. Personally, I'd love to see ChatGPT, Manus, and Claude added in the future, because that combo would be insane. That said, there's still room for improvement. Sometimes MyPilot still struggles to find information connected to MySpace. I hope OPPO keeps improving the integration because the potential here is huge. Still, overall, the system already works really well. Now let's talk design. The version I received takes inspiration from the X2D camera, which costs around 450,000 NTD, and honestly, the phone feels premium immediately. You get the orange shutter button, orange accents around the camera, and even a hexagonal texture inside the lens ring.
The back also uses a layered leather-style finish that makes the phone feel even more like a real camera. OPPO and Hasselblad branding are placed very prominently too. You can tell they paid attention to the details. What do you think about the design? Let me know below. The phone weighs 236 grams. Sounds heavy, right? But once you hold it, the balance is surprisingly good. Your fingers naturally rest under the camera module, making the grip feel really stable and secure. Another huge highlight is the combination of the Snapdragon Gen 5 processor and the massive 7,050 mAh battery. Battery life here is honestly crazy. With normal use, I consistently ended the day with 30 to 50% left. The only time I nearly drained it was after recording around 2 hours of 4K video during an archery session. Other than that, I think most people would struggle to kill this battery in one day. The endurance is seriously impressive. Alright, that's basically my OPPO Find X9 Ultra review. Overall, the camera system feels incredibly strong thanks to the dual 200-megapixel sensors and the return of true 10x optical zoom. The whole experience feels much closer to using a dedicated camera. AI processing also feels more natural this time, while the hardware itself is insanely powerful. Together, it works really well. And outside the cameras, this is still an excellent flagship phone overall. If you already own the X9 Pro, I honestly think upgrading to the X9 Ultra is worth considering, especially now that there's finally an international version available. So that's been my experience with the OPPO Find X9 Ultra. If you have questions or thoughts, leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because it really helps the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!